back. This is the Playbook, your favorite show focused on girls and women's sports. Once again, I am Candace Allen alongside Kay Williams. We took a week off because we were focused on all things girls basketball in the state of Ohio. 7 new state champions were credited. We're going to do a recap of the finals sometime soon. Everybody's just decompressing because it was a lot. Congratulations to all the teams who made it to the championship game, all 14 teams, and then all 7 champions. So please forgive us, but we're back. This is going to be a really tight, focused episode because we just want to focus on the big things happening right now. That is Unrivaled, as it concluded its first inaugural. I don't even think those two words go together, but it's inaugural season, and then we're going to break down our brackets for the women's basketball tournament. So you guys got to let us know who you picked too. So let's not even waste no more time. Our full is going to be one long full court press. So Unrivaled season 1. Let's start off from the semifinals. So we had Rose, we had Laces, we had Vinyl, we had Lunar Owls. I'm going to kick it to you because like 2 of your teams is in there. My team been kicked out.
Ain't even make it.
They was just there on vibes and kind of find out Brianna Stewart got surgery on her knee. Like, sis, you should have been at home resting.
Should have been sat down. Yeah.
But the first game was the Rose beat Laces, and like Chelsea Gray had to remind everybody who she was. Is that what happened?
She didn't have to remind me, but she had to inform people. I don't think people actually knew. I think the people that are doubting Chelsea Gray don't know about Chelsea Gray.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can doubt Chelsea Gray is if you don't know her resume. You've never really seen her. You ain't watched her like that.
Facts.
That's the only way you doubting Chelsea Gray. But the Rose locked in. They got in their rhythm. We kept saying that everything was a little disjointed with these teams when it first started, but the Rose locked in when it mattered. Mm-hmm. They got it done.
They got it done. Yeah, and Angel Reese was named the Defensive Player of the Year in Unrivaled. Her and Angel got on a tear where it was like a 2-man game and the 3-on-3 where they were just tearing everybody apart. But she got hurt, and like not even the semifinal game, the game before, she hurt her surgically repaired wrist, so she was out. But Chelsea, they was down like 12, went on a 20-point shooting spree by herself and then hit the game winner. Like you said, she had to remind people who she was. And then in the other semifinal game, probably the biggest upset in Unrivaled's first season was Lunar Owls.
Bye.
They was all like, we've been the team running it from the start. Like, everybody chasing us. De'Erica hit you with a buzzer beater. And Vinyl was able to beat Lunar Owls in the other semifinals. What do you think about that matchup? Because like everybody, I was shocked.
Lunar Owls and Vinyls?
Yeah.
And Vinyl, you're shocked? I mean, I think everybody was shocked because like they weren't lying going in. They were the team that everybody was chasing from go. They never let their foot off the gas. I think how many did they end
only
up
lost
with?
One game.
2 one loss, and then that one they lost. So 2 total. They were the team to beat, and Vinyl stepping up when it mattered and when it was big. They had a lot of people that came in and played their role. Jordan Canada.
And this was without Arike.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, like the Rose and Vinyl. I think you made your pick based off the fact that I had already picked. You know what I mean? So our team pick of girls only sports was Vinyl.
Right.
That was the team we were like, on paper it's the most dominant team I think in this league. Even still, I would stand by that statement with them losing. They are an elite team. So they made it count when it mattered. So
do you think Lunar Owls running off or starting out the way that they did, obviously the only player on their team, Cam Brink, she didn't play because she was still rehabbing, but everybody else pretty much played the entire time. Nafisa, Skylar, Alicia, Courtney, Shakira, they've been running those same players the entire time, and everybody else has been mixing up. Do you think them going so hard, the host, that they peaked early, and the other teams just peaked late. I mean, there's nothing you could have done with a Chelsea Gray, but
Right.
do you think they used up all of their mojo way too early?
I don't think you can say that simply because they still weren't losing. It wasn't like they had a fall, like they had a slide, like
Right.
the Laces did. Like the Laces hit their stride early as well, but then they went on a 4 or 5 game losing streak, something crazy.
Because everybody was hurt.
True. And I think them being able to maintain healthy and them being able to keep them reps with the same people, I think that only benefited Lunar Owls because
you're right.
If the night's off, the night's off, but Lunar Owls was the team to beat, and I don't think they took their foot off the gas, and I don't even think they necessarily ever at any point necessarily looked gassed, like they looked like they were tired. Because Nafisa, shout out to her for MVP as well.
Shout out to her for MVP.
I think we all knew, like a lot of people was putting that Chelsea name out there, but I think Nafisa was a solid pick, and I think everybody knew Nafisa was going to win that at the end of the day.
But they did get hootie hoo.
They got hooted out that arena.
They sure did. And man, you talk about, it's weird too, because some of these teams are, they're going to go back to their WNBA teams, but some of the underneath stuff that people be talking, hopefully
and that's that thing,
over.
Like, Lunar Owls had that target on their back, and they showed up to the occasion every time but that one, so still shout out to them. They had a great season.
Right. And so Vinyl and Rose were the championship game played on Monday, and once again it was a good game, back and forth. It was competitive, but one team had Chelsea Gray, the other one didn't. And she wasn't even hitting as many shots as she did, because Azurá Stevens played huge.
Yeah. I think there's so many players that had fantastic Unrivaled seasons. Like, you look at Aaliyah Boston, Azurá showed up huge.
Lexi Hall
showed up huge.
Aaliyah Boston.
Scary. Like,
Ray Burrell.
Yes, Ray. Come on, Ray.
Angel. Like, let's call it what it is. Like, some of these players benefited tremendously playing in this league.
Yes. I 100% agree, because it was one of those things where, like, Chelsea conditioned, and they was handling it, you know? And not even just on the roads. Every single team had a player that you was kind of like, oh, they on the team, like, cool, some rotation. No, everybody was balling. Everybody was balling. So it was great to watch, and it was a great game. But like you said, one team had Chelsea Gray, and the other team did not.
Shout out to Brittany Sykes too, because she showed up too. A lot of people was talking. I think it's the thing. It's hard in the WNBA. A lot of players are role players, and trust me, I'm not trying to say Chelsea Gray is a role player, because she's not. But you on a team with Asia Wilson, who's averaging 27 points a game. You on a team with Jackie Young and Kelsey Plum. They're probably going to get more of the spotlight or the name recognition. And then people weren't necessarily around in 2022 when she went on that ridiculous run in the playoffs.
Right.
And
they don't know her game.
They don't know her game. And then they saw her hurt. Same thing with Brittany Sykes.
Exactly.
You may have, her as a defender. You haven't been watching the Washington Mystics play. They didn't necessarily have the best of seasons. So you don't necessarily know what they can do. Who knew Lexi Hall was getting after it like that? Because playing with the Fever, she was a spot up 3, knocking down everything. Her shot kind of left her towards the end of the Unrivaled season, but she turned into a hawk on the defensive side of the basketball and just being an ultra competitor. And it was like people were Azurá Stevens, who kind of plays a role player. On her team, is like unstoppable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
paired with a great point guard.
Yeah. Listen, again, back to the testament of how great of a point guard that lady is.
Gray fandom. Yeah, like, what else are we gonna say?
Sorry, not sorry.
It's Chelsea Gray. Like,
but no, it was a great season. It was great to watch, and again, I think it shined a light on a lot of players that you kind of usually, like you said, skip over because they are those role players. But what an end.
Right. But let me give a shout out to Natisha Heidemann too, because
yes,
she was on every single team. And On Unrivaled, she was just switching jerseys every day, and then Nas
Right.
Hillman, who they just called
You know,
like 2
everybody
days
plays.
before. Everybody's
She-
strategies.
Yeah.
I don't know where they call her. They were just like, "Hey, you in Atlanta? Dry down to Miami real quick. We'll fly you
Real
out.
quick.
We need you to play a couple of games." And shout out to the head coach as well, Nola Henry, because when they started, a lot of people was a little iffy, about her, about Coach Witherspoon too, about Coach Spoon. Only for these two coaches to end up in the championship game. And she's an assistant coach in the WNBA for the Dallas Wings. So hopefully, Nola Henry can get added looks when it's time to talk about head coaching positions, because she round that team into shape. You know what I mean? And had them girls out there competing.
Right.
So we're going to still stick with Unrivaled as we close out this first season. Obviously, it was an alternative to a lot of these top players to go overseas. And the winners of the game each got $50,000, and hopefully Nas Hillman and Tisha get $50,000 too, because they was on the team.
We don't know how that work out. They're
Right.
Like, you get 10. You was only here a game. You get 10.
And then you see the
We
tweet
ain't really
Courtney
worked that in the
Williams
budget.
put out where she was like, I can't remember it verbatim, but it was like, man, I missed that $50K.
Oh, right.
And then Enrique was like, how you missed it and you ain't have it or something? She was like, you spent it all on them boats. I'm like, dang, not Courtney out there.
Now she was throwing bags around.
She was throwing bags already. I mean, I can't blame her. She thought they was running it. They just ran into a buzzsaw real quick. But that was the first season. I thought it went really, really well. We got ejections. We got one-on-one tournaments. We got spice.
We got a little bit of everything.
We got everything.
We got Jack talking.
Right.
Showing out in Miami, relax. Go back to Vegas.
Right. Jackie Young turned into another person. We got Enrique cussing out the referees.
Reek gonna be Reek.
Rakia, Angel, and Dejanay all get ejected. Lexi Hull coming out to Lil Boosie.
A little bit of everything.
Nafisa trying to take the crown. Like, we had everything.
So
if you can name, I don't know if it's one or two things, but a thing that you liked most about, outside of like the general, this was a great opportunity and we hope it gets bigger and bigger in the off season so players can stay here and compete and be amongst each other and train together and have facilities instead of going overseas, and then play against the best. But what are some of the things that you liked about the first season?
I think I don't know. Again, it's just in a generic. I liked everything about it, but I think I liked most how it allowed everybody to just be themselves in the game, and it kind of shine. It like allowed everybody to shine in their own light, because again, it is easy to be a role player and kind of get pushed to the side on these WNBA teams, but when it's 3-on-3, and it really felt like the playing field was level for in every game,
It sure did.
I really appreciated that, and I like seeing players again like Azrae Stephen, Lexi Hall, those players that you don't really, you ain't know they really had that dog in.
Aaliyah
like that,
Edwards.
You know?
I ain't forget about that, Stewie.
You, Aaliyah. We ain't forgot.
Stewie still owe us one.
Still, because you was out there playing hurt. Now we know. We're not gonna let you have that though. No, Aaliyah dogged you. Aaliyah walked down on you.
Stewie. I don't even know her middle name. Brianna Marie Stewart. Like, what is you doing?
Right. But yeah, I think it was just the authenticity of the whole thing, and just allowing those players to shine, and giving other options outside of going overseas and everything. And also, they threw the bag at everything. They was like, and by the way, if you win this, I'm gonna give you a little 50K.
Right.
Every time I turn around, I'm like, dang, they winning something else.
Right.
Let me go suit up.
And not only that, they giving you makeup tutorials. They giving you Sephora endorsements.
Cooking tutorials.
Cooking with Marina.
Yeah,
like
everything.
She getting Under Armour cookie hats. So they were able to. I think that's what I like the most too. Each of the players were able to leverage their individuality in a way that, for whatever reason, their, I don't know what you call them, sister mother counterpart in the W refuses to do.
I think it put a little, and y'all was gonna say, I think it put a lot of things on standby though. Like,
yeah,
look, this is what you can be doing, and this took one season.
Yeah, yeah. Just the conversation and the commentary around it was just so much easier and smoother, and the players got to be forefront instead of the narrative.
Right.
What are some of the things you disliked?
I disliked that 3-on-3 tournament where their bigs and the guards wasn't separated.
Facts.
And I will leave it at that.
Facts.
Everything else was perfect.
Yeah, I'm with you. That next year, and that runs into my next question is what could be better for next year? Top of that list is separate the bigs and separate the guards, because there's absolutely nothing Enrique and Courtney Williams and them, as competitive as they are, Fee is like, what, 6'3", 6'4",
right?
Azare is like 6'3", 6'4". Separate.
Yeah.
Separate. The other thing too I would like to add is I do think there is enough top talent in the W where they could already have a pool there in Miami, where I don't know if it's like 5 additional players who trains. It's like an extra player on the team. You have 6, but technically you have 7, and it's like a pool. They can be assigned to a team with the understanding that if a player has to go out, they'll hop in, or if another team needs them. Where it's not this thing where you just have. I mean, Benaja Laney
one week.
she popped in, dominated, and then she left.
Liz one day.
Liz came in, popped in, then she left. And then, like we said, Natisha was just on every single team. She was like, I'm staying down here because y'all need me.
Where I'm going to go? She's like, where I'm going to go?
Right. And then
I'm 4th woman of the year.
That's what, like, give her an extra award, because that had to be hard of jumping in and playing with different players every other day. But I do think there needs to be either an expanded roster or an additional pool of players that they can pull from. I did hear from Nafisa where she said it was like an idea of possibly, like it was in Miami, if there was an ability to play a game or two in a different city, like a travel type thing.
Yeah,
maybe do a game at in LA, or do a game in Vegas, or it goes on. I mean, it ends when the Final Fours kind of starts. Maybe do a combined thing. You know what I mean? Where the start of the tournament, you could see the Unrivaled championship or something like that, where it can just start bridging the gap. But that's what I would like to see, just more players. Because I
would like to see people not coming down hurt anyway.
Facts.
How about that? Clock that.
Because them injuries piled up real quick.
Piled up quick. Yeah.
All right, we already know, before we end this Unrivaled section of Full Court Press, and we pressing through it, it can't be no women's college basketball player, because we already know Paige and Flau'jae signed whatever to be on Unrivaled. Mm-hmm. Give me 2 players.
Oh, 2. The W. I ain't got 2.
Give me 2.
Oh, I'm gonna go everybody's favorite too.
Okay.
I need to see Asia and I need to see Caitlin. Just because I want it for the people. Y'all want it. Let's have it.
You want it for the people. I can't be mad at that. I only hurt my head because everybody wants that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I went easy. My actual only one was, I thought you was gonna ask me one player. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say Asia, just because I was like, Asia in this league would just be funny. Like
it really would. Like, but then again, I think she wouldn't be going. I think somebody would have to really press her to get her to go. Not saying she would do the Stewie. Like Stewie was just like, listen, I'm here in Miami. I'm in Disney World. I'm with my babies. Like, y'all going hard. I'm trying to get my little off season.
I don't gotta go that hard.
Right. I think Asia will only turn it up if somebody was really chirping back at her, or when it was time to win a championship or something like that. But seeing how Asia is operating her off season, I don't think sis is playing in any off season whatsoever.
Yeah,
especially that shoe money start coming in. Yeah.
Still need that.
I would want to see Caitlin in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would want to see.
Also,
She'll probably average like 30 points, so she just pull up every
that
other
part. Yeah, I'm like,
possession.
I think honestly feel like Kayla might be a little unstoppable in this league.
Right.
Like I think she's gonna be real dangerous on the 3-on-3. Like that's hard to stop that a shot like that. So
I would like
to see.
My two are, I would like to see Kelsey Plum. She was supposed to play
Kelsey
this
would be
year, and she did it.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see her and Camila Cardoso.
Ooh, good shout. Yeah.
That's 6'7".
You know what's funny though? I feel like she would also be just there. I feel like she would be vibing it. Like, I don't mean that in a bad way.
No,
I just feel like she's just very like
and put her in Miami, like she would just be like, man,
I'm in Miami.
Like I see you at the beach after the game.
Right. Oh, we had a game today? She had the beach.
But when like I'm saying, with them South Carolina girls, when it's ready to clock in, they ready.
Oh yeah.
But it's the off season. She just got back from playing overseas, but I think she would how Angel benefited tremendously playing against top talent. She would benefit
put her on a team
even more.
With Chelsea.
Well, it's gonna be close. They didn't give salute.
True.
They didn't give salute to Angel and Camilla, so we'll get to see a little version of that. But those are my two. That's
fair. Those are good shouts.
So shout out to Nafisa and Brianna Stewart. You know, they even had roles on Good Morning America with Robin Roberts. She all came down. So shout out to them.
Beautiful.
Everybody, will have their commentary on the negative part of the commentary. But these are two women who saw something, a need for something, put it together, and saw it be successful. And there's only growth after this, and putting the players first and leveraging them and being able to do it, I think, has been a tremendous thing. And it gave us something to do and pay attention to during the off season for the WNBA. So congrats to them and Rose on a great season. And shout out to Chelsea Gray for reminding everybody who she is. So our X's and O's. You know what? She did that. It's just Chelsea Gray.
Period.
That's it. Period. That's it. She did that. Chelsea Gray. But our X's and O's segment is we're going to break down not the entire women's college basketball bracket. We're talking about the 2025 NCAA Women's March Madness. We're going to start from the Sweet 16 on because it's just too many teams.
Okay.
Ain't nobody trying to do it. So we're going to start in Region 1. Now, the top seed in Region 1 is UCLA. First question is X's and O's. Should UCLA have been the number one overall seed? You know what I was trying to say.
Absolutely.
It took me a minute to get it out.
No, but
Coach Staley got beef?
She need to.
She said,
I'm going to just schedule it different. I said, period.
That's what she said.
And your best.
Because, truthfully, every team that beat South Carolina got credited more, where South Carolina didn't get any credit for the top teams that they beat. I hope that made sense.
Yeah.
Because it just, I'm like, so you get more strength if you beat South Carolina.
I would say
South Carolina beat you.
South Carolina's the team to beat, though.
Y'all don't get nothing. It doesn't benefit you. So I'm with Coach Staley. Like, why schedule a hard, the toughest schedule out of anybody when it doesn't benefit my team, especially if they lose? Now, don't get me wrong. That UConn loss was bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
They got walked.
Right.
They got walked, Coach Staley. You said mishap, Coach Staley. I rock with you, Coach Staley, but y'all got walked. That wasn't no mishap.
Right.
Y'all got walked. Okay.
Right.
Number 1 overall seed, UCLA. We're in the Sweet 16.
Yes.
Who they playing? Who do you have?
How you know I got UCLA that far?
Oh.
I'm just playing. I did. No, I'm just playing. I did.
Like a bracket busted.
Right. I got UCLA, Ole Miss.
Same.
For no reason.
No. Ole Miss is SEC, and I think that's the toughest conference in women's college basketball, and they play different in the tournament. Yeah. And then bottom 2, I got LSU, Harvard. Same.
See there? Oh, so are we going to go all the way across to who makes it to the final or to the Final Four, or are we going to go down?
No, we're going to go down.
Okay.
We're going to go down. Because, my bracket, is not very readable.
Oh, got you.
But shout out to the score on Harvard's team because people be sleeping on her.
Harmony Turner.
Like, the Ivies don't get a lot of love. I got Harvard too. So in Region 4, we'll have, who do you have? Number one
USC's?
seed in Region 4 is USC.
I got USC, Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got Iowa, UConn.
That's our first break. So I got Oklahoma beating Iowa, but I completely see Iowa beating
You want to know what's crazy?
What's up?
I did my upset there. I didn't even have Oklahoma going.
Really?
I got Florida Gulf Coast. Girl, I was just like, man. I always feel like I just gotta pick one upset. I know. Listen, I'll take it. I'm gonna take the L if y'all can pull it out.
Oklahoma,
you always gotta do one state.
Right. All right, I can dig that. And now we're gonna hop down to Region 2. That's South Carolina's bracket. They're the number one seed. Mm-hmm. Who do you have for that?
South Carolina, Bama, UNC, Duke.
We got to change there. I got South Carolina, Maryland.
And then I got Bama beating Maryland.
UNC, Duke. Now, I'm with you to a degree because Maryland is so hit or miss for me. It's been, it's like in their DNA where sometimes they can compete with the best teams in the country. Other times they get blown out. But I got them in the Sweet 16. So we only got 2 differences so far. And then lastly, in Region 3, Texas is the number 1 overall seed. I think we're going to lose some Buckeye viewers for my pick. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I ain't losing nothing, baby. You see where I'm at. I got Texas, Ohio State. And unfortunately, in the bottom, I got Notre Dame, TCU.
Okay, we're going to touch on that.
All shade.
Yeah. One, I got Texas. I got Tennessee beating Ohio State.
Oh, y'all hear that? She ain't a homer like she's claimed to be. I have an unwavering faith in Ohio State. I'm embarrassed how far I got them. Listen, here's my thing. I was like, Cody's not losing at home. That's my only reason I got them going at least.
Girl, did they lose at home last year?
They did. But we not losing this year at home. Cody not losing, okay? Listen. Don't make me mad.
Okay. I just picked Tennessee because I think they had a disappointing SEC tournament. Now, don't get me wrong. The way they
didn't.
Facts.
That's what I'm just saying. Facts. Like, they not about to go out like that again.
Facts.
But I hear you.
But I again, those SEC teams, when it comes into the tournament, they play a little different. And then the way the coach from Tennessee just 5 in, 5 out all day long. And if it's a running match between them, I got Tennessee winning.
I think it'll be a good matchup, but listen, I'm sticking with my girls. I think they got it.
Please don't take my Columbus card. And then I have the same as you, Notre Dame, TCU. Now, I don't know what is going on with Notre Dame. What they lost the last 3 out of 5 games and haven't really been able to piece it together. Got beat by Duke in the ACC tournament, XYZ. So I still got them getting to the Sweet 16. I got them going a little further than that. But I got Notre Dame. And then TCU, I think Haley Van Lift is back to her old self. They do have a player on that team.
I was going to say, the player that shall remain nameless
is Sabrina Ionescu's age. Or played with
Sabrina let's not do too much because, Haley almost there too. So that ain't my problem with her. She do need to go.
That's a grown woman team.
They real grown. So I'm like, they grown enough to handle their business for a couple rounds, I think.
Based on experience alone. Like, y'all done seen the tournament quite a few times. One of which y'all seen it since 2018, 2019, however long it was.
Right.
Like, girl, you done seen the transformation of women's college basketball.
Right. You lived through what you was wanting. You seen it to fruition.
You seen it through fruition.
It's all right. That's a big word for Elmo.
Y'all know what I was trying to say. Okay, let's not I can't talk. let's keep it rolling. So now we got Elite Eight. So UCLA, LSU.
Same.
USC,
Harvard,
UConn.
you had a lovely run.
Yes, sorry,
USC,
Harvard.
yeah, USC, UConn.
South
I think
Carolina,
this is where we're going to get the same.
All right, South Carolina, Duke.
Ooh, no, I went UNC.
UNC been Duke. Okay, shout out for that.
Yeah.
And then Texas, Notre Dame.
See, what had happened was...
You had OSU beating... Wait a minute.
Come on, Buckeyes.
You had OSU beating Texas? Look, shout out.
A girl can dream.
Put your shirt up. Like, rep. At least one person from Girl Doing Sports is repping the Buckeyes.
Listen, we got to be homers. I don't care.
Yeah.
They're going to lose, but... I'm going to bust my whole bracket for y'all. I don't care. It's worth it. I want to see it. So make it happen.
Final four. UCLA, USC, South Carolina, Notre Dame.
See what had happened was...
You do not have Ohio State in the Final Four.
No. I'm not that crazy. Listen, I love y'all. I do. But
we didn't even talk about... Okay, let's go back real quick.
Okay.
USC UConn matchup, rematch in the Elite Eight.
Yes.
But we got USC winning that game.
No.
You got UConn.
I got UConn.
Oh. Break it down.
Listen
Why?
to me, please. Listen to me, please. Listen. USC UConn. The rematch that we all want and we're all anticipating. And we need, right? We need this matchup. I got UConn. Paige, I just don't think she can go out
without a national championship.
She cannot go out without a national championship. This team, I think, is going to be locked in. They're going to be focused. UCLA proved how y'all shut down USC in that tournament. I think they figure it out. Juju don't touch the ball. That's all it comes down to. Everybody else can. What's her name can drop 50 on me? I don't care.
Anybody but Juju.
The only one doing it. Anybody but Juju can drop 50 on me. And I think that's what it's going to take for UConn. They're going to have to shut her down. But I don't think it's going to be a problem. Paige got to lock in. AZ got to lock in. Everybody got to lock in to beat USC. But I don't think they can. This is the year to curse brace, Candace.
Okay. We didn't got there yet, but they beat USC. Okay. And then, South Carolina, Duke. I think that's going to be a really good game. I think if any team if there was a point in the tournament where South Carolina could be vulnerable, I think Duke would be the team to knock them out. I think if South Carolina gets to the Final Four, I think they roll it. Yeah. But Duke. And then Texas, Notre Dame.
A.K.A. Ohio State, Notre Dame.
Girl.
And I got South Carolina.
Okay, we already talked about that, so I'm going to let it go. Dang, all of our Elite Eight was just different.
Yeah.
Which is different.
So
okay.
I got South Carolina, Notre Dame on Final Four. On that side.
Okay, I got you. For the region. So out of those matchups, now we're going to go into the real Final Four. I got number 1 UCLA, and it'll be number 1 USC. Well, for me, UCLA versus USC. You got UCLA and UConn.
Yeah.
Then I got South Carolina versus Notre Dame. Don't say you got South Carolina and Ohio State.
No, I got Notre Dame. Unfortunately, my girls
they losing in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, it's gonna break our heart, but we're gonna get.
I'm just proud that one of us is going hard for our Buckeyes. I don't feel as bad.
Every year.
So we got 2 matchups. We got the 4th game of this season, possibly in the Final Four, a matchup between USC and UCLA. I do not think Juju Watkins is losing again to UCLA. She don't like them people. She don't like that team.
To be fair, I think this is where I'm going to blow my bracket up, taking UConn over USC. I don't think Juju's losing. I don't think Juju's losing, but I would like to listen. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a bit of a UConn girly.
That's okay.
I would like to see Paige win.
In yours, you have UConn beating UCLA. I have
UConn going over UCLA. Yes.
Okay, to get to the national championship game.
If they can get past Juju Watkins, yes. It's going to be a tall ask. It is. It's going to be a tall ask for them to even get past USC again. And I won't mind that matchup either. That USC UCLA again.
Again.
Yeah, run it.
Again.
Because y'all not locking Juju down twice.
No.
You're not locking her down twice in a row.
No, because she do not like y'all.
She don't like you at all. So
I'm like, dang, what UCLA do to you?
Right.
But you had on your bracket. Well, you have UConn winning in your bracket, and then we got the same South Carolina Notre Dame. I think South Carolina is running over Notre Dame if they get to the final.
100%. Yes.
So
I think that's the thing too with South Carolina. If you let South Carolina get this far,
once they get that motor running, it's like you can't stop a train. You know what I mean? Exactly. And them players get confidence, and the light shine brighter. They just play bigger, and that's the scary thing about South Carolina. You got to take them out early. In my championship game, we got USC versus USC early. I know they have the matchup in, was it 2026 or 2027? They're gonna play in Los Angeles, and then the other one's gonna be played in South Carolina. But we get our first iteration of the real USC in my championship game. Yours is gonna be UConn versus South Carolina again.
Correct.
So we're gonna talk about yours first. You think UConn is breaking the curse, the Candace Parker curse?
I think this is the year UConn breaks the Candace Parker curse. It's time. We can't let Paige go out without a national championship, guys. Like, do you understand? She will have to carry this with her for the rest of her career. Right. At this point, rig the games. Like, you can't be a UConn legend and not have a national champion. At least one.
Not rigged.
I'm just saying.
Not rigged, but I'm
fix the rims.
I'm with you too. Don't say that, because you remember last year the 3-point line.
Oh, you right. I'm just playing. Look, I ain't down there, y'all. I'm just
like,
saying.
It can't happen in the women's tournament.
Right.
I'm with you. I think that's the sole reason why Paige stayed, is because at UConn the standard is different. It's championship or bust, and it's been since 2016 they haven't won a national championship, and Paige Beckers does not want to be one of the best players to walk through the jet and not bring UConn a title. She probably has the toughest role that any other UConn superstar have had. Maybe Rebecca Lobos and them team had it a little difficult that first championship, but what Paige is going to have to go through to win this national championship, it's a tall task. If anybody can do it, she can do it. And AZ Fudd and Sarah Strong, they got to go to work. I don't think that's going to happen. Candace Parker curse is alive and well. And she's making it worse because she everywhere. She on Unrivaled. Then she be on TNT. Then she be in the Adidas commercial. Then she gonna be at March Madness. That
Candace
curse.
Keep it bag, Parker.
No. Candace Parker curse on UConn is still live and strong. So you got UConn winning the whole thing.
I got UConn winning the whole thing.
I got South Carolina winning the whole thing. I think that.
Listen, this is my bracket of dreams, okay, Candace? That's what I call mine. Bracket of dreams. I would love to see all these matchups. I would love to see all your matches. But reality is, South Carolina. If South Carolina gets to that championship game, they're winning.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think
simple maths.
You don't take down to
national championship and lose.
Like, you losses teach you something, yada yada yada. I say that a lot, but when you get blown out, how South Carolina got blown out at home by UConn, that was embarrassing. And I think if there's anything, South Carolina's always like, there's nothing to prove, and they've won all these games, they have all these championships, they're getting all these players to the league. Like, they got the sauce right now in women's college basketball. Y'all got worked. Them girls have something to prove without Ashlyn Watkins and, of course, Camilla going to the pros.
My only thing is, I agree with you. And like I said, I don't think if y'all let South Carolina get to that championship game.
But I think they can be taken out early, though.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But that's the thing. I don't think this South Carolina team is unbeatable. There have been times in the last year they come into the tournament that you're not beating that team.
Right.
I don't think this team is unbeatable. And
40.
That part. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
If they get on the, it's gonna be up to 3 players: Chloe Kitts, Mylasia Fulwiley, and Joyce Edwards.
yeah,
Them the 3.
yeah,
If they play like the best players on the court, South Carolina is running away with it. If at a point that they don't, they are immensely vulnerable. But it's gonna
yeah,
be on. I feel bad putting on a freshman like that, but it's them 3: Chloe,
hey,
Mylasia, Joyce. They got
yeah.
to run the show. But
I'm with you.
yeah. Hopefully, like, this all breaks up into a really good tournament. Last year's tournament obviously was incredible. This year's tournament, we're hoping to just match the level of excitement and all the teams we get to see compete, and see if the curse gets broken, see if Juju can get to a tournament game, see if we get a major upset, OSU getting all the way to the Final Four.
Hey, y'all see where I'm at. Y'all already know. You know what I'm talking about.
And we'll check it out. But we're going to still keep following along with the tournament. It starts really soon, in a couple of days. So make sure you guys look at our brackets, like, comment, subscribe, especially comment on the bottom about who your picks are and who you think is going to win this year's tournament. Any upsets that we may have missed, please hit us up and let us know. Once again, this is the Playbook. Follow us on all social media platforms: Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. We're everywhere. Now we have a website called girlsonlyssportsnetwork.com.
Hey.
So look us up there too. We're going to be sending that out and broadening our scope. So check out our website. And once again, I am Candace Allen. That is Kay Williams. And we are Girls Only Sports.